9:51 Central European Time on Monday the 11th of October. I have to stop and think, what day of the month is it? Well, yesterday was the perfect day of 10-10-10, and today is 10-11-10 or 11-10-10, depending on how you do that kind of thing. Anyway, excuse me. French fries are talking to me. I am at the Ibis Hotel Centrum in Bruges, Belgium, and I'm going to call it Bruges because, number one, it's stamped on my brain that it's supposed to be pronounced Bruges. That is the more common pronunciation worldwide, even though this is a Flemish-speaking city. Flemish, of course, being a form of Dutch. I don't know how distantly related they are, but I mean they're not. But I'm going to call it Bruges, even though in the local Flemish language it is called Brugge. And there's my TV set turned to N-E-E-N, I think that's called, which is the Flemish word for one, like the first program. And I guess I could, if I'm going to take photos of a TV screen or movies of a TV screen, the very least I could do is not tilt the screen like Max Headroom or something like that. What I'd really like to see, and I believe that she's on N. You tell me, E-E-N, how's that pronounced? But I am hoping that we get to see Sabine Hagedorn doing the weather because she's pleasant to look at. And I assume she also gives a very decent weather forecast. Of course, we do want to know what tomorrow's weather is going to be like. That's very important, and there's no better way to do that than to watch it on television. Anyway, there was one little quirk here. To be able to get a smoking room, I had to get two small beds jammed together, kind of Japanese style. I laid down on it. I've done this before in a hotel in Europe. You know, I can do it again. I'm not crazy about it. I don't think I'm really going to notice. I mean, it's the kind of thing if you don't think about it. This is my hugely overpacked suitcase. I brought about twice as much stuff as I needed to. But I didn't know. I'd rather have too much than too little, and it is manageable, though just barely. This is my Swiss gear bag, which is a lifesaver. It holds everything. It's very easy to carry. It feels like it slips off the shoulders just a little bit. I don't like that. I have broad shoulders anyway, but it can't be helped. This is the little Ibis couch, and it's we would say Ibis, I-B-I-S. And my Skype phone that I disconnected from the computer, 2.3 cents a minute to call back to Columbia, South Carolina. You cannot beat that. This is the telephone, which I don't use anymore because I'm able to use a Skype phone. And these are European-style plugs. Warning, warning, warning to anyone watching this on YouTube. When you travel in Europe, and I'm going to say when because you should, assuming you're not already there, and if you're already there, you know you can travel within Europe. When you travel in Europe, do not get a plug like this and assume that it will transform voltage. It doesn't. Make sure your devices, in my case, BlackBerry, a GSM phone, and the computer all do 240 volt electricity. Otherwise, you will have a cooked BlackBerry and a cooked computer and a cooked telephone. Speaking of cooking, here is my little snack I got at the Carrefour across the street. Carrefour, that's kind of like the Belgian version of Safeway or Kroger or Publix, the better grocery store. And this is Koffie koken met butter. And you see how similar Flemish/Dutch and English are. Butter. You don't even have to stop and think about that. Butter. B-O-T-E-R. This is Emmentaler cheese, what we would call Swiss cheese. And my usual pack of snacks. and have a nice little closet area there. It looks like it's turning out pretty dark in the picture, and the TV set there again. And one thing that I have here at the Ibis that I haven't had in any European hotel before: air conditioning. 18 Celsius. That's about 65 degrees more or less. It is exquisite in here. It's not one of those loud floor units like you have in the United States. This unit would not handle South Carolina heat, but it handles Flemish heat such as it is just fine. And as you can tell, this is kind of a minimalist hotel room. It's all you need. It's all you need. Well, one thing I do notice here is that sheer drape there will not pull back. I tried to pull it back to be able to open the window and have a clear view. Can't do it. I looked for a rod. Can't do it. Don't know why. Nor Jones. Don't know why. But I'll show you here. Here's one of these nice European latches, and they have a lock here. But I will. Don't know if you can see anything. Sure you can. Sure you can. That's the light on the building outside. And Bruges is a case study in historic preservation. That's really what this city is all about, historic preservation. Not to minimize the other fine things people do here, but I'm trying to find something to focus the picture on here while I talk about something like that. This man's going down the street. Let him get out of the way. The whole city is preserved. No description will do. I don't even think pictures can do justice. Everything is preserved and restored. I haven't seen much here that's modded. And you can see there that could have been the very same way, except for it being gas lighting instead of electric. Could have been the very same way 150 years ago. This is Bruges by night, and you can see I hope so. See the cobblestone streets there. The cobblestone streets made walking to the hotel kind of tricky. I thought, well, it's 500 meters. I'll just walk. It was an okay idea. I mean, obviously I got here, but it was almost all over cobblestones. Clock, 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 clock. Was not the easiest luggage pull in the world. And the one thing I did not foresee having to look out for in Bruges, though I should have put two and two together. Since this is a family video, we will call it horse pee. Horse-drawn carriages all over the place. Horses peeing, and to a lesser extent pooping, all over the place. And I tried my best to keep these wheels out of the horse pee. I think I succeeded, and I refer there just to wet horse pee that you could see, as opposed to long since dried and evaporated and washed away by rain horse pee that we shouldn't really be concerned about. So, wheels on luggage. As I always say, whoever invented the concept of putting wheels on luggage and handles should be canonized if they haven't been already. And this is my first night in Bruges, and I had some traffic. First night in Bruges, more traffic. I thought this city wasn't supposed to be car friendly. So this is my first night in Bruges, and I'm going to be spending tomorrow night here also, then on to Paris. Good night.